Hi again. This is a little bit of a different video instead of my usual immediately live gameplay. I'm once again being joined by my cat. I think he might be out of frame right there, but anyway. This is my first impressions of the destroyer Z-42. I'm going to be looking over the ship in its port, all of its stats, mind you, not the base stats, just the stats where it's fully fitted out. Once, do salute. And I'm also going to be being joined by Mr. Stewie over here. But I'm going to look over the ship and all of its stats, and then I'm going to play my first game in it. So, first things first, Z-42, what I immediately know of it is British Smokes, German Hydro, and I think they're 105s or like 108s or something like that. Yeah, 105 millimeter guns. And how many turrets? Five twin turrets. So that's actually a lot of guns for a destroyer. I think most gun-based DDs have like 6 or 8 guns. Cossack has 8, Kleber, Marceau have 8, Daring has 6, Elbing has 6, Z-46 has 6, Zorky has 8. So that's actually a lot of guns for a destroyer. Let's see. The 3.8 second reload, that's not too bad. That is with reload mod. And I think with a basic firing training on the captain. Let's see. 20-second turret rotation. Oof. That is kind of painful. They are pretty accurate, though. 119 maximum dispersion. 15.1 range. Yeah, that's about it. 6% fire chance. Not amazing, but not the worst. 900 meter per second shell speed. Also pretty good. 23,000 HP. That's about what you'd expect for a tier 10 destroyer. There's no heal on here, but you do have those British Smokes and an engine boost to help you mitigate your damage. So that's fine. Two quadruple torpedo tubes, 10-kilometer range, which is not ideal. I'd like to see a little bit more, like maybe like 11.5 or 12 kilometers. You have no buffer against radar with that, unless it's like a destroyer radar. But against like an American like Des Moines, Puerto Rico, especially Moskva, Stalin, Nevsky, stuff like that. That's pretty short range compared to a 12-kilometer radar. So, I mean, 10 kilometers is fine. It's workable. It's not the end of the world. Paulo Emilio gets away with having 6 kilometers. So, here's that. Depth charges. Number of charges 2. Bombs in a charge 8. That's fine. Relatively standard for a destroyer. 2200 maximum damage. That's all fine. A defense is, irrelevant. So who the fuck cares? Maximum speed 38 knots. That is actually surprising. I didn't think it would be that fast. Hold on. What's the Z-52? Slightly slower than a Z-52. Damn, Z-52 is faster than I thought, too. Damn. 670 meter turning. Not amazing, not terrible. It's just kind of, it's okay, I guess. 6.2 kilometer detection. Also, not amazing. I think the Z-52 has 6.1. But unlike other ships that get outspotted, like Daring, Kleber, Marceau, ships like those, this ship has the favorite German Hydro, so that kind of helps to offset that concealment disadvantage a little bit, at least temporarily, because you'll automatically detect anything within 6 kilometers, which is something that a Kleber, for instance, cannot do because it does not have any hydro to speak of, for that matter. Let's see. I need to get eco bonuses on here. If you can't tell, I immediately came very prepared for this. But let's see here. Captain-wise, this is the build I'm running. For my last skill point, I used to recommend incoming fire alert. I would probably choose grease the gears now that I saw that 20-second turret traverse. Let's see. Is there anything I'm missing here? What does the gun layout look like? So there's 2 guns here. 1 gun here, and then 2. This is basically like a Fletcher sort of gun layout here that we're looking at. These 2 front turrets right here, I don't think are going to have very good firing angles. I could be wrong, but I think they're probably going to be capping out like right about this line here. So that's going to make it hard to kite a little bit because you're not going to be able to fire only but your 2 guns here. Because I think these 3, just looking at it, don't look like they have fantastic turret angles. I could be wrong, but these torpedo tubes also don't look like they'll have fantastic angles. Although they're torpedoes. Unless you're rushing things, you don't need outstanding torpedo angles like something with a Kleber, for instance, has that can fire it almost going completely forward. Unless you're rushing ships, that's not really something you need. It's nice to have, but you don't need it. So that all looks fine, I guess. It's mainly those turret angles. I've heard horror stories of them, and just looking at them, I can tell this turret in particular is not going to have an amazing firing angle. So we'll see what that leads to. And then last but not least, very important by the way, her ship girl does look relatively cute. Honestly, yeah, I can get behind that. I wouldn't say she's up there with like Kleber, Kid, Shimakaze, or Akatsuki, but I mean, she's relatively cute, so I'll give her that. I mean, okay, she is just straight up cute. I'll have to give her that. So, anyway, enough of that. It's time for our first game, shall we? So, now comes the part where I kind of have to sit here and think of something to talk about, which, so, for those of you who don't know, honey mustard is the sauce of all sauces. It is, like, I put honey mustard on everything, like, from pizza, tacos, steaks, burgers, french fries, fried chicken tenders, like, literally anything can be made better with honey mustard. And I've been trying to get my market manager to try his Reese's with honey mustard, and he won't fucking go for it. And I'm just like, dude, just trust me. But he's not going for it. So if I ever get him to try it, I'll be sure to have it on YouTube on that very same day. But anyway, enough of that shit. First things first, looking at the matchmaking. Threats to my ship: Puerto Rico, Chapayev carry radar. Alvaro has a funny button of all things because wargaming gimmick. Gearing outspots me. Asashio outspots me, and double U-190s. So a lot of really annoying things to deal with. Pretty much everything from here down is a threat to me in some way. So that's kind of annoying. Let me see what these turret angles look like. And I'm really feeling that 20-second turret traverse. Hot damn. Let's see. Yeah, and as I expected, those front firing angles aren't too bad. Let's see. I mean, it's not great. It's not terrible. It's not the worst I've seen, but it's not great either. I think the bigger issue is this turret traverse, to be totally honest. Let's see here. How are the forward firing angles? Nah, about about the same. Oh, and I don't even have my fucking glasses. What the fuck's wrong with me? That's better. Anyway, as far as playstyle goes, I have a couple of ideas. One of them I'm not gonna try with this build, but right now my thought is going to be try and play her like you would a torpedo boat, and that is play either very centrally or play off towards the flanks. And the reason for that is because your armor piercing is your bread and butter on this ship. Because I think for HE she has like the third lowest DPM in the game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna test out her armor piercing at range. That guy's slowing down. Hello, bounces? Firing arcs aren't not firing arcs, shell arcs aren't amazing. They're not terrible. I did take a little bit more damage than I'd have liked from that, but that's fine, I guess. Yeah. That kind of range, that's like a 10-second, that's a 10-second shell flight time. That kind of reminds me of the American shell arcs, to be honest. They're not as bad as the American arcs, because I think, because at that range, that's like 12 kilometers, 10-second shell flight time. That flight time for the Americans would be about 11 kilometers. So it's not terrible. It's not as bad, but definitely not impressive. This Alvaro, I want to figure out what his plan is. I'm probably not going to be able to do much about C with the Puerto Rico and the Chapayev headed over there. I'm thinking, is this a radar Edinburgh? No, it's not. There's the Alvaro. He's headed away. So I'm probably looking like I'm going to have to go and do something about A here. Alvaro's looks like he's going to kite away for a little bit. I don't know what this Holland is doing. Aside from nothing, of course. But, let's see. Thunder hasn't been spotted. Alvaro's probably going to be harassing B. But that's fine. If we can take A, that'll be okay, I guess. I'm hard spotted. Alright, let's test this out. Decent pens. Ooh, that hurt. That Thunderer shot is blocked by the island, which is helpful. Can I hit that guy? I could. He's undetected now, though. Don't want to accelerate too fast, because I don't want this Vladivostok to get another shot on me. Let's see. Let's try this armor piercing against the submarine. Yeah, not terrible. And I'm now undetected, which is very good, because I did not want to get spotted in front of a Thunderer. Salmon's going to be able to cap A, that's fine. I'm going to put some Make-A-Wish torps out at this Thunderer. And we're going to go from there. I'm going to try and use this island right here to block the line of sight from that Thunderer. So if I get spotted by the Alvaro, he'll be the only thing that I'll have to worry about getting shot at by. And maybe the Puerto Rico. But I'd rather deal with a Puerto Rico at like fucking 17 kilometers. Then a thunder at like 10 kilometers. This is not an ideal position here to be in, though. As it looks like all of their battleships are up there. Thunderer is gonna eat a few of those. Okay, Alvaro's over there, so I'm not gonna be getting spotted by him. Puerto Rico's about to die. I would like to know where this Chapayev is, but that's fine. I'm gonna smoke up here and try out this armor piercing again. Against a battleship superstructure like that, that ought to be pretty decent. If I can fucking aim, that is. He's slowing down. And this GK is turning in. I have to get reversed behind the island here. Even on a Bowen target, though, I have to say, this armor piercing, it has been treating me relatively nicely. This guy's gonna probably eat one of those, although he is about to turn in to avoid those. It doesn't look like his hydro's running, though. Yeah. That was a fairly late reaction. I don't think he's running his hydro at the moment. So, that's good to know. Let's see. Wait for my smoke to cover me. And now we just farm. Did lose our Janan there, which is not ideal. I'm gonna try and hit that superstructure. Yes, armor piercing is definitely doing a lot better than the HE, which for a German destroyer is about to be expected. Not gonna lie though, when this ship was like in initial development, I honestly expected it to have a funny button. Like one of those burst fire funny buttons that like super ships or in certain cases the Alvaro have. Because, you know, wargaming and their gimmicks. So far, I think I like what I see. I'm driving like I'm fucking drunk, but let's see here. Chapayev, I don't know where the fuck he went. As long as it's not in radar range of me, honestly though, as long as it's not in radar range of me, I'm okay with it. This Pommern, I think, is going to turn about like that. Because this is what I was talking about earlier. In your ideal position, the enemy would be forced to angle either to you or to your team, but they can't to both. And now this Pommern looks like he's about to turn out. I am a little bit worried about the Chapayev. Hello, Mr. Stewie. Now we're just going to farm some superstructure. 5k, pretty good. Looks like I overshot those. That's unfortunate. That Alvaro is definitely going to be more of a problem, though. I think, of everything left on the enemy team, that Alvaro is going to be the biggest problem. I'm going to try and get a fire going on this Pommern. The reason I'm not using my hydro here is because there's really not a torp threat around. I mean, there's obviously the Alvaro and the Gearing, but they're so far away, and I honestly expect they'll be burning their torpedoes on this Rupert before they burn their torpedoes on me. I think what I want to do now is I want to get rid of these two. Because these two are the ones making a crossfire with these torpedo destroyers down here. That Thunder is just going to kite away. So I'm going to try and close into like 7 kilometers here. Is he turning all the way out? It looks like he's going ahead of the island right there. So that's how I'm gonna launch. That Gearing should die here. Alright, here we go. Once again. Don't want to drift out of my smoke here. That Rupert going down was not ideal. That Gearing going down is ideal though. Although I would have preferred that to be the Alvaro. I'll definitely take one less destroyer on the enemy team. Like I undershot those, but he still died, so that's fine. Load armor piercing to try and deal with this Alvaro. This Thunder, I think, is going to be a bigger problem, though. I think he is probably, if this U-190 is any good, he'll be getting, that Thunder is going to be getting griefed by him. But, Thunder, well, never mind. I was kind of expecting him to, turn in towards B like that to try and deal with this Alabama. But, well, actually it looks like he might be doing exactly that. So, I'm going to try and get some torps for that. One minute 30-second reload on these torps, by the way. That is with the adrenaline rush boost, though. Just gonna let this Thunder fire, and then I'll open fire myself. There we go. He just shot. His guns are looking elsewhere. And now he's turning his turrets to look at me. And I'm gonna smoke up. I am in radar range of the Chapayev though, which is not ideal, but that's fine. As that Thunder is dead. This Chapayev's about to be dead. What the fuck is that Holland doing, by the way? I haven't even been paying attention to him. What the fuck has he literally been doing all game?
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Can I Citadel a Chapayev at range? Apparently not. But I can kill him. And I'm not hard spotted even after I shot there. And that other submarine's not anywhere near those submarines there. He's not near either of them actually. Is that Holland a bot, though? I'm just going to throw up my Hydro. Just to be on the safe side. Although, I really don't want to pick a fight with the Alvaro. Because that's not what I'm going to win. Because I don't have any smoke charges left. So really, all I'm doing here is playing to not die more than anything else. The submarines are going to Cap C, so they're going to take B, which is fine. I'm just going to throw some Make-A-Wish torps out. If they hit, they hit. If not, whatever. Okay, never mind. This is not what you call an ideal situation. Okay, never mind. His guns are all facing the wrong way. We're good. We're good. Never mind. Crisis averted. This armor piercing, though.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
We might be going to jail, boys. Can I blind fire a submarine, is the question. I fucking can! Get dunked on.
We've spotted an enemy submarine.
Oh, that was so close, that hitting that fucking torp. You know, as much shit as I talked about this ship in the port, I think that was pretty solid. Anyway. So, that went well. That was my first game in this ship. Went pretty well. So, there you go. Here's my first impressions of the ship. Honestly, she looks like a high-key clubber. I'll definitely be playing her more, and I'll continue to make more videos on her as I play her more. But for right now, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Despite the nerfs she got hit with, honestly, she is kind of a high-key clubber based on what we're seeing here. So, anyway, that is going to be it for today. I'm going to be uploading probably... I'm either going to be streaming clan battles tomorrow, or I'm going to be uploading clan battles as a VOD, which will take a little bit longer. Or I might just do like a video before clan battles, we'll see. But anyway, enough of all of that. Yeah, Z-42, high-key clubber. If you have the steel and you don't already have Ragnar, yeah, I would pick her up if I were you. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.